Hi, everybody. It's me, Kelly. Hey, with Divine Love Intuitive Tarot Reading. So, I'm here to talk to you all about what's going on with this Libra super full moon that we're going to have tomorrow. Just to give you some insight and some tidbits on some things that'll help you kind of explain some things on like what the energy is right now and how you should handle it. So I went ahead and I did some notes. And with this being a Libra super full moon that is scheduled on April 7th, I know that this is about coming into alignment globally and personally. So how do we go about coming into alignment, right? So it's all about harmony and being equal with your higher good, your higher self. Okay, the ways of the past are no longer serving us. As you can see with everything that's going on in the world, with the virus, with like our infrastructure falling apart, different, like just everything is being flipped upside down. Okay, and we all are experiencing that in our own personal lives as well. So with this is challenges have been created, and this has been going on for the last couple of years. If you notice in your life that you've had the world itself just if you watch the news. I personally don't watch the news because I'm just like, no, not about that. I mean, I do keep up on current events. I have like things I look at my phone feed and find out, but as far as just watching the news, no, I don't watch the news anymore. And then so these things have been happening slowly to us on a personal level. So what this is all about growth. And then if it's a test, even if you're in the process of growing, you're still being tested. If you're not growing, you're still being tested. It's all a test, okay? And it's all about the outcome. So it's up to you what your outcome is going to be, because God has given us all free will. Okay, so we have, free will, as the world evolves, we're also expected to evolve, and a lot of people, aren't on that or don't realize that, or even if they do realize that, they're just not willing to accept these things. They're not willing to deal with change, or even look for the answers to understand why these things are happening. Okay. So there's things that you have to ask yourself. Are you living in the past? Are you stagnant and not moving forward? Or are you willing to change and adapt to what's going on for the better, or are you going to change for the worse? So that is up to you. What Libra rules relationships, okay, and compromise. So you have to be willing to compromise in your own life with your higher self, as well as the people in your life, or what is your spirit trying to tell me? Like, it's all about the balance. It's balance, okay? You have to not only forgive. If you're like, okay, say if you're a person who has had people all the time, like treat them bad, and they never stood up for themselves. So now you decide, okay, I'm going to stand up for myself. But then you take it to another level and you just go about and you block everybody out. And then you decide, I'm going to be cut off from the world. I'm not going to do. That's like not being balanced. Or if you're a person who has treated people ill will, and then you like overly do it, and now you're nice to everybody and you're super kind, that's not balanced. You have to be able to balance your shadow and your light side. That's what it's all about. And then be able to forgive yourself for when you make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We're all going to be human. But you have to have a mindset of, how can I help? How can I do my part? And the world is forcing you to either choose to do that or not to do that. Okay? So you have to create healthy boundaries for yourself. So we're going to talk about how we can do that today by creating healthy boundaries. One of the things you can do with this full moon It is a full moon ritual. I hate to say ritual because people be like, oh, ritual, witchcraft, da da da. But it's not, because even if you're into church, you still have rituals when you take the blood of Jesus, and you do like when you have like Easter service or Christmas service, and you light the candles. It's all a ritual. Okay, just letting you know. So what we need to concentrate on is releasing what doesn't serve us. That's number one. Number two is realign with what does serve us. Okay. And number three is to renew what you want to achieve. Okay. Now, how you go about doing that during this full moon is, what you can do is you can take a pot. Okay. Just everyday pot. Oops, you see something, and I had made cookies the other day, so excuse it. That's what I'm using because I gotta clean it. Okay, but when I do this, I'm gonna do this tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do before I take my pot, I'm actually going to take a white sheet of paper, and the white sheet of paper it needs to be clean. So it has to be nothing that you wrote on before, like say it's a page next to another page and it was something else written, because print, when you write, it can indent into something else. So you don't want that. You want it to be fresh paper. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to write what you're going to release, and you're going to write it as if it's already happened. I release any negative energy that holds me back from being my higher self. For example, you can say, I realign with the fact that I'm committed to service for the good of the light, for the good of the world. Okay. I renew that I'm going to continue to live my life with purpose for the good of others and for myself and my family. Like that simple. Just those things that you really find important to you in your life that you want to fulfill. So it doesn't have to be 3. It's as much as you want. You fill it in as much as you like. So once you have filled it in, you want to sign your name, because this is a contract. And make sure you don't do this in pencil. You want to do this in ink. So it's a contract. You sign your full name. You date it. Once you sign and date this paper, what you want to do is fold it 3 ways towards you. Okay. I'll bend it down a little bit so you can see okay. So what you want to do is you want to fold it towards you 3 times. Okay. 2 and 3. Okay. I want you to fold this towards you 3 times. Now, mind you, I forgot this step. So before you do that, you want to cleanse it. Okay. If you have hopefully you have some sage around the house. Okay. So whatever, before you start anything, you always want to cleanse all your tools. Okay. So I'm going to cleanse it first with your sage. Okay. Including your pot that you're going to use. Okay. And also the candle that you're going to use. Okay. You want to cleanse it with sage. And if sage is actually a natural, it cleanses. It cleans any bacteria. So it's good around your house. Like tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sage the whole house good. And then about 10 minutes later, I'm going to open up all the windows and let everything out. And as I'm saging, I'm going to go around my house and I'm going to say, whatever does not serve me, you may not stay here. If you're not high vibrating, beneficial energy, you must leave. Okay. Now, and you can say as is above, as is below. And also when you're doing your letter, you can sign it also for like all your cells, because we have different realms that our souls are also aligned with. So you want to be like to sign it for all dimensions, all realities in which I exist in. Okay. And you want to always make it positive, always beneficial to yourself, to your higher self. Okay. So once you get done and you folded it 3 times towards you, right? You want to go ahead and you get your pot. Okay. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your candle. You have your candle burning because you want a white candle. Okay. You have your candle here burning. your candle. Okay, you have your candle burning. You know, as you're, you know, it's always like to write mine ahead of time as I'm writing, because then it's like I'm kind of like, you know, setting the mood and everything. And what you want to do is, once you do this contract with yourself and you fold it, you want to burn your paper. And then you just put it in your pot. Okay, you put it in your pot, you let it burn. And once it's burning, if there's anything, once it's done burning and you notice that there's some things that did not burn all the way, you can go back and look at it and see what particular words did not burn. And then once you see what did not burn, you can see like, okay, but then go ahead and relight it again. You know, if you have like a fireplace lighter, you know, like for, you know, or grill, you know, when you use for the grill. So it's all burnt. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this, oh, and actually a piece didn't burn, but I didn't write anything on it, but y'all get what I'm saying. So if that was you and you had this piece right here that didn't burn, you would like to see what's on it. And then you would go ahead and reburn it again. Okay. So once you're done with this, and this is all done under the full moon, once you're done burning this, you want to go ahead and take this and you know, at nighttime under the full moon, go and release it into the air. Step outside, dump it into the wind and let it go. Now, once you let this go, you have to release it from your thought process. Let me go ahead and put it back up here now so y'all can see me. Okay. Is that better? Hold on. Okay, there you go. So you have to like release this from your thought process, from, you see me, I'm burning incense too. So you have to, and that's a good thing. See that flow of that incense, because it's that positive energy that's going whoop, whoop, whoop. So you want to release that, you want to release that mindset, that thought that you had. Okay. Anything, you know, don't dwell on it. It's gone. It's released. It's in the air. And then you want to walk away. Okay. But remember, you need to be patient at this time. Okay. Be patient with yourself and be patient with what you wrote. Everything doesn't happen overnight. Everything does not happen overnight. It's all a process. Okay. So I went ahead and I wanted to pull some cards as far as like what should the message be for us. I keep forgetting. I be wanting to look like I'm looking straight at y'all, but I be forgetting. I remember my last video. I'm like, oh my gosh, and my stuff is a little crooked. Okay, my last video, I'm like looking like over here, and I'm like, why am I looking at the camera? I'm like, oh yeah, because it's right there, and I should be looking right there. Okay. Okay, so I went ahead and I wanted to pull some cards too for us. Okay. I started pulling first of my divine cards, so I just wanted to share with you, because these like my little things. I feel like these messages come straight from God. So the first one was about solitude. Okay, it says, once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. Okay, so you want to be within yourself. That's going within, you know, being comfortable with yourself. And that's another thing that we're being forced to do right now. We're forced to go within. We're forced to get to know yourself, deal with yourself. If you feel like you got to go and you having a hard time sitting still with yourself, then that's definitely a sign that you got to do some self-reflecting. You know what I'm saying? So self-love. Okay, self-love. It says, show me how to love myself. Show me how to take care of the inner child. Show me how to be kind within. Okay. When you step into self-forgiveness, so much can change on the outside. Okay. And this is so crazy. Like, you just guys don't realize how spirit works, how divine works, because everything that I had wrote down, that I had, got, that I had received, the messages that I had took out, and then afterwards, I pulled these cards, and it was just so aligned with everything that I had got. So it's like, whoo, spirit working, you know what I'm saying? Okay, and then I got spaciousness. It says, what do I need? What do I no longer need? Help me, God, to release whatever people, places, or things drain my vital essence. Show me what will fill me with enthusiasm and joy. Straight up. Spirit don't lie. God divine don't lie. It is what I'm telling you. It is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. I kind of wish I was on camera when I pull these cards so y'all can have been like, ooh. I'm telling you, it's real though. Independence. The more you learn to feed yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, the more freestanding you become. Help me feed and love this inner child, dear Lord. Now, well, you know what? With that said, I had already been doing notes on inner child. So, you know what? Let me just go over a few things that I had came across and wrote down about inner child, because I feel like I need to, since I keep pulling these inner child cards. Okay. That can like too close. Okay. So, what it is about with your inner child, it's a part of your mind that's been affected in childhood, between the ages of 6 and 9 years old. Since these are your sensitive years, these are cognitive skills. This is where as you develop your cognitive skills and they advance in your emotions haven't caught up yet. So this doesn't necessarily mean like you've been treated horribly or abused or whatnot, but as a kid, you can be sensitive and you don't know how to like relate or adapt or understand or how to communicate your feelings. So the inner child healing also is, it honors and heals your bloodline and your ancestors. This is your DNA that's passed down. This is also emotional habits and taught habits that came through lineage, okay? From generation down to generation. So, and they talk about birth trauma, how you have blind love for your parents and sacrifice yourself for the love of your parent. May that parent be good or bad, but you understand that parent only knows what they know. They only know what they've been taught, and this is what I wrote about how you deal with issues growing up. That was good or bad, but it's how you handle trauma at the time, having to deal quickly with emotions. Then the child believes that it's me, something's wrong with me, and you're carrying this into adulthood. Okay. How do we fix it? Okay. First is knowledge. Acknowledge that it's an issue. That's the first thing you do. Part of your mind is working against you. That's your ego. Don't ignore it, but don't give up, okay? You want to remove the triggers from your life, okay? Have patience with yourself and practice, okay? Practice inner discipline. Be compassionate with yourself. Have self-discipline. Listen to your inner self. That's that intuition. Please, I tell everybody, go that gut, that intuition will never steer you wrong. That's your inner God talking to you. Okay. Ask questions to yourself. Speak your truth. Okay. You want to love yourself, educate yourself, and do it with intention. Okay. It's a thing that I do every day. That I have certain affirmations that I do, like, always been an issue with me. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I had some therapy. I went through therapy, and the biggest thing that was a great breaker for me was when she said, "Your thoughts are not your truth." I'm like, oh shit, my thoughts are not my truth. So true. I was the type of person that always raps in my head about what I thought about this or how, I make up a story and it wouldn't even be real. But in my head, I'm like, oh, well, that's how it happened. It went down like that. But it didn't even go down like that. You know what I'm saying? So when I learned that and I started working on myself and doing the inner stuff, that's when so many things like opened up for me and it, got me to this point. So, but another thing, talking about, so when I do affirmations, so like it's certain ones that I write down that I work on, and I do them in different spurts because certain affirmations that I did before, they mean I may have passed that. So I have new affirmations until that works on the conscious. But something I always say every day, when I get up, I get out the shower, I always make sure I release and cleanse anything that doesn't serve me. Okay. As if I imagine it being washed off my body. And then when I go to put on my lotion, I like to use certain essential oils. Like I like lemongrass, frankincense, myrrh. Those are powerful protective and cleansing oils that you can use that can protect your energy. And I put it on with my lotion, and I'll be like, I am divinely guided, mind, body, heart, and soul. And then I'll rub my feet with it. I'll say, I walk in I walk in divine intention. I receive divine intentions. I am gifted, mind, body, heart, and soul. I walk in my giftedness. I receive my giftedness. I am protected, mind, body, heart, and soul. And I touch each one of these parts as I say these things. I'm abundant and prosperous, mind, body, heart, and soul. I walk in abundance and prosperity. I receive abundance and prosperity. I am healthy, mind, body, heart, and soul. I walk in healthness. I walk in my health. I receive health. These are things people don't understand that your mind is so powerful. The things that you like, your words are powerful. I tell my kids all the time, like, your words are power. You don't know how powerful you are. What you say and what you do. Oh, my incense is like tearing up my focusing on my camera. So what you say and what you do really affects, your outcome on your life. I mean, straight up. Okay. So you have to get used to with these things too, with the, practicing that love and education and those attentions about yourself, and removing those triggers and practicing and being patient with yourself. You have to keep in mind that your mind will have a tantrum. Just like a kid, they'll be like, oh, hell no, fuck this. I ain't doing this shit. Blah, 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 blah. You have to be like, hold on now. What you want to do is you want to acknowledge the problem, reflect the issue. You'll want to, this is what you'll want to do. You'll want to reflect issues on others that have nothing to do with what you're going through, which is not fair. Okay. You won't want to acknowledge the problem. You'll be fearful. And that's not going to want to change because, you're familiar with what you're comfortable with. And what you're comfortable with is being angry, stressed, having anxiety and depression. But that's not what you're meant to have. Okay. That's not what you're meant to be. So you have to understand when you recognize those things, just understand that when those feelings come out, that means you're doing the work. It's meant to get uncomfortable. It's meant to be like, oh my God, like what is happening to me? You're like, oh, why am I crying? Nothing is wrong. Because you're releasing, you're getting rid of what does not serve you. And it's all good. Okay. I'm telling you, right? I've never been as happy as I am in my whole life. Don't be afraid. Fear is the enemy. That is the real enemy. It's fear. Okay. Live in your truth. I'm telling you, live in your truth. All right, so let's go ahead and pull some cards. I went ahead and I pre-shuffle. Hold on. Got some cards falling over here. Okay. Did I finish all of them? Okay. Yep, I did. Okay, I just want to make sure I told y'all all those cards. Okay. So I'll go ahead and point it down so you can see the cards a little better. You don't have to look at me. Okay, so I went ahead and pre-shuffled. So I'm going to ask for Spirit for 5 cards. Divine, can I have 5 cards? The message that you want people to understand and know with this Libra super full moon, okay? The High Priestess. Oops, sorry about the glare. You are the High Priestess. Everything you need and ever could want is within you. Just be courageous. That's that intuition, that gut I was telling you about that you need to listen to. Listen to your intuition, that gut. Okay? You have to. This is all knowing. This is all the secrets that you need to know that you haven't known. Those questions, when you start asking questions, you want to know really how life works, and you're not trying to be stuck in what somebody else tells you what it's about. When you go to find those things for yourself, I was listening to somebody the other day and they were talking about the difference between religion and being a oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? Spirit, help me find that word. Oh God. Okay, I can't think of the word. But anyway, it'll come to me. So like, you got to be a thinker and a teacher. So, it's all good. Don't get me wrong. Like, the Bible is great. The Quran, all religion it's great for bringing you to your faith. Okay. At the same time, you have to find out answers for yourself, because what's meant for somebody may not be meant for you. You have your own secrets and your own answers within. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what other cards. Oh, okay. We'll put, because it flipped, but that was the Hierophant. That was all, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see what else comes out. What else do you want people to know? New beginning. Okay. It's up to you, because initially it fell out like this. Okay. Some of you are not going to start your new beginning. You're going to look at this and think, oh my God, she's crazy, but I'm crazy happy. I'm crazy at peace. And I'm, nothing like being at peace with yourself and being at peace with the world and understanding why things are happening the way they are right now. Okay. The Fool, for those who want to hear this and who believe. This is somebody's taking a leap of faith, starting new. Take a leap of faith for yourself. See how happy, how like whimsical. They don't have a care in the world. They're like, and look, you have the sun and the moon. That's that balance. Okay. They're like, I got one foot on the cliff and I got one holding off the cliff. But you know what? Divine has me. I always say, no, one of my affirmations I say every day is, who am I not to trust? Who am I not to trust? Who are you not to trust? Okay. Let's see. What other cards do we need to come out? Okay. I want you to be resilient. Be resilient. Okay? Be resilient. You see this person? They're like, okay. They got their head held high. They're walking their walk. They're living their truth. Okay? I want you to also pay attention to this bird here. Sorry about the glare. See that black bird? Have you been seeing those a lot lately? That bird right there, I actually seen one today. It's not black, but it's kind of like black and it has like different color. It looks kind of like iridescent. I don't know. But I've been seeing that bird a lot lately. Okay? Understand that has a meaning. You can always look into spirit animals. If there's a lot of animals around you, find out why you keep seeing these animals. Like, I was at work the last day for work, because I took time off because I was like, I have to take care of my kids. Like, I can't have them, me being at risk and passing it on to my family. And I have to be there because, of course, they're not in school. It's my responsibility. So I was seeing hawks everywhere. That has a meaning. That has a message. Okay? Just to realize these things. Okay? Be resilient. Let's see what else. Oh, on the back of the bottom, family. Okay? Be mindful of your family. Go back to your roots. Oh, the Sun card. Oh, so happy to see the Sun card. It makes me, it's so sunny, so bright. You know what that is? That's divine saying, it's going to be all right. You do these things, everything is going to work out right. You follow your intuition. You take a leap of faith and trust in God, and you be resilient in your actions. And the Sun will be there. That's nothing but joy and happiness. That's like the best card in the whole deck. Okay, can we have one more card, please? One more card. Then we'll wrap things up. One more card while my family's still being quiet and give me a little peace. We have homeschool today, which you know what? I actually really enjoy it. Like, being able to see my kids, help them learn and, work on their packets with them and being home to cook dinner and, okay. Well, I came in reverse. Okay. This is the Emperor. Okay. The Emperor is about, some of you are not being that strong, no prisoners, no hold bars, that straight up, I always describe this as that stern but loving dad that is you know what, I'm not taking it. I'm not having it. If I say you better have your ass in here by 10 o'clock, you better be in here at 10 o'clock, because you know what? This is my house. You're going to follow these rules and you're going to respect. This is what that's all about. You have to respect the rules. Straight up. Straight up. God has put rules in there, and the rules are: love yourself, love your neighbor, treat people the way you want to be treated, okay? Do kind things. I wake up every day and I say, thank you. I'm so grateful for the small things, the little things that I have, okay? And then I'm always like, how may I serve? How can I do my part? What can I do to help? You know, I'm like, where should you have me go? Who should you have me speak to? You know, how may I serve today? If everyone had that attitude, oh my God, we would have such a better world. Okay? So, go back. I'm almost done and I will help you. See, I knew when the kids come out. No, you're not taking that in the room. Go put it back. Okay? You're not starving to death. Look, I am in the middle of a video. You see this I'm saying? Now I got to be that emperor like the emperor. Look, do you see me busy? You can get a piece of fruit right here and you can go chill out for a minute. I will be with you in a second. You're like, I love you to death, but I really don't appreciate you interrupting me because you're not even hungry. You're just bored. Okay? I will be with you in a minute. I'll give you something to do in a minute. Okay? You want to do some schoolwork? You better leave me alone then. Okay. Anyway, this is, on the bottom is the Wheel of Fortune. Which way is the wheel going to turn for you? Is it going to turn in your favor? Get the glare. Is it going to be in your favor? Or is it going to turn against you? It's your choice. That's your option. It's your free will. What will you choose? Okay? So that is it. I am all set. I'm all done. Let me turn it up so you can see my face again, because I know y'all won't see my face. That's what you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. This is the message that I was given to give to you all. And when I get more messages, I will come back and I will deliver them and you can see my face. Until then, I will keep doing my readings and show you my cards. I got to figure out kind of like a better way to like have my, maybe if I can figure out how to like put it over my shoulder, you know what I'm saying? And have it look down or something. But I don't know. I think I'm going to need like a really huge like tripod or something to go. I don't know. But I'm going to figure it out one of these days so I can hook y'all up. Okay. All right. So then I want to thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you immensely. And please comment. Ask me any questions. You can actually email me at divinelovetarot@gmail.com or divinelove@gmail.com. Okay. And I'll be happy to help you. If anybody wants any readings, I am open and available for readings right now. So you can reach me through my email, divinelovetarot@gmail.com or divinelove@gmail.com. Don't get me lying. I'm sorry. You know what? When I put in the videos, I'll put it down in description. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, thank you. I love you. Be safe. Protect yourself. And remember what we talked about. It's important. Okay. All right. Bye.